Have a mark to Jargus Ranger Review. This time we'll begin looking at the 20th episode of Dino Charge, Edge of Extinction. And holy crap, there's a whole lot of stuff happening in this one all at the same time. First of all, a little intro narration only talks about Sledge. It don't mention Heckle or Arcanon or anything like that at all. It's all about Sledge, just like it always was. And on his prison ship, now flying above the earth, he and Poisandra are getting their wedding ready. And he says he's gonna get rid of Snide. And Snide overhears that, and he's not too happy about that. Meanwhile, back on the planet, the Rangers are called because someone found an egg inside of an electrical box. They don't know what it is, but they say they'll take care of it. And so they have Kendall looking at it, and they're in the cafe trying to figure out what it is. And then they see Heckle. He's just getting a sundae. He's just stuffing himself. And he tells them that he has 6 of those eggs. Sledge planted them all over the world. And he plans to just wreck the whole planet. And they don't got the power to stop them. He thinks it's hopeless. So he's enjoying his last day as best as he can. He says there's no good in him anymore because of the Dark Energy. So in a way he's kind of apathetic after being split up from Snide. Now, I don't agree with him already because he helped defeat Medusa because he destroyed a galaxy. And he vowed to stop Arcanon when he gets his memory back. So I don't think he's that evil or not good. Even Shelby says there's still good in him, but he just walks off. So right away they go into the command center and try to figure out what to do. But then they notice, thanks to their alarms, that they're already hatching around the world. And right when theirs is about to hatch, they blast it apart before anything can happen. So you still have 5 Greenzillas. And they don't remind you that these aren't the regular monsters, they are grown to giant size right from the start. So Chase figures, they have 5 monsters, we have 5 Megazords. So Keeper has them hold their sabers up to his staff. He says that this will be the greatest battle yet. And so they go off to fight them all at once. Tyler and Xenowing each going solo. And Tyler's in a new Spinal Charge Megazord. And we actually have the battles at night too, which is something cool and new. Because we rarely see nighttime fighting Power Rangers. Anyway, Tyler gets trapped by its tentacles or its vines or whatever. So he splits the Megazord back into 3, catches it off guard, then he goes and destroys it. Then he sends the 3 separate Zords to help out the other 3 pairs of Rangers. And destroys all their Greenzillas too. And that frees up all the extra Energems for Xenowing in his Megazord, so to use that to power it up, and that destroys the last Greenzilla. Now while all of that is happening, Sledge and Poisandra are trying to get married, but as she's coming down an aisle, a random rat gets by. I guess it got stuck there from Earth, freaks everyone out, and she falls into the cake. Sledge is nervous as hell, and as tough as he sounds, he just sounds so wimpy right now. Now Fury comes in and he's like, right, anyway, we got real problems. The Rangers are fighting back, and one of the eggs has gone missing. The one in Amber Beach, of course. And so he just sends Snide to deal with it, because he can trust him, and not Wrench. And Snide knows he's trying to get rid of him, so amidst all that chaos, he jacks the Dark Energy, which was going to be Poisandra's wedding ring of all things. She tried it on earlier, Sledge said it was bad luck. Well, I guess he is having bad luck now. Oh well, I guess she truly is evil because it didn't affect her, despite touching it. Too bad, she just seems like someone who was along for the ride and someone evil. And probably because she's teamed up with the villain. Anyway, while he goes down, Heckle is just having the time of his life. He's like doing bungee jumping, skydiving, amusement park rides. He's just living it up. Because as far as he's concerned, this will be his last day alive. He really has no faith in the Ranger's ability to handle this threat. And then he walks by a TV screen, and it shows that cities everywhere are being evacuated. And there's just chaos everywhere. The Rangers are having trouble. And then he sees a little girl crying for her mother. So he reunites them. Oh, ain't that nice. So yeah, he does see some good in him. But now while that's happening, Sledge barges into the museum as security was trying to lock it. Because that's where the last trace of the Greenzilla egg was. he traces it there, and he just sees the Dinosaur Museum. And he's like, oh, now he gets it. Yeah, Dino Ranger, the Dino Museum, seems almost a little too obvious, don't it? So he just attacks the ground and bursts through it into the command center where Kendall, along with Keeper, who were just keeping an eye on things, was still there. She was morphed, but her helmet was off. Well, as soon as the fight starts, she puts it back on. And it just wrecking the place, the two of them fighting. Like she's like jumping over tables trying to hit him. But he just overpowers her. Might be some influence from the Dark Energem, it really don't show him being powered up any. But when they're about to be finished off, Heckle jumps down and he blasts them. To which he runs outside to his pod. Well, the Rangers have already been dealt a serious blow. Not because their security's been breached, but because Snide destroyed the crystal beds that charged their Energems or Dino Chargers. So they have no way to regain that power once they run its course. However, outside Shelby blows up his escape pod. So now he has Heckle and 6 of the Rangers to fight, because the rest show up. The other 4 show up in the Ultra Zord. So he's completely outmatched, it seems. And he begs Sledge to use the Magna Beam on him. But he looks at it and is like, forget it. I don't need him. My backup plan don't need him. Let the Rangers destroy him. So he's mad and the Rangers just do that. Both the ground and Megazord forces just unleash all the power on him and he gets destroyed. But the Dark Energem survives. They say it's unscratched, but it looked kinda cracked to me. That could have just been the way I was looking at the screen, because before it was completely solid. So instead of touching it, they used a stick to put it into a jar, and they take it to try to figure out what to do with it. Now, back at the wedding, Sledge is about to give her the ring after they're pronounced monster and wife or something. But it's gone, because Snide took it, and they figure the Rangers must have it by now, and he orders Fury to get it, or his wife will be wearing his fur as a coat. Whew! This was a heavy episode. A lot of stuff happened, and a lot of it happened all at the same time. I mean, you had the Rangers and the great battle with 5 Megazords and 5 countries across the world. You have Heckle going towards redemption, Snide being destroyed. One thing about Snide is like, I hope to get on this world, and I'll be glad to help you leave it. And he sure did that, because he still has his lightning power. The Dark Energem is in the Rangers' hands now. They just have to find a way to destroy it. Sledge, well, he finally got married. That's one thing good for him. But he's out of monsters now. All he has is Fury. And poor Sandra's pretty much got what she wanted, but now she's stuck with her husband in his lust for power. And that poor woman. I wonder what happened if those two met Rita and Zed. Just thinking. So yeah, next episode is going to be the season finale. It's going to be the last battle of Sledge and Fury. And they're somehow going to deal with the Dark Energem. And if the Rangers limited powers too. We don't say that powers are limited right now, but I'm sure it's going to come into play. So definitely see this episode. It's the penultimate one and it was phenomenal. Maybe even more phenomenal. Anyway, I love this episode. It was great to see. Because it pretty much just had everything. And Jargus Zero, thanks for watching. And until we meet again for the next great episode, let the power protect you.